Hi Bob, Marissa here with Jim Click Automotive Team. I just wanted to talk to you, but I know with your blocked calls and maybe you just don't want to talk, not sure. But I did want to go over with you some of the figures that I did send you. So I know you had some questions on these numbers here at the bottom. So the security deposit does get waived if you do rank in Tier 1, Tier 2 credit. Now, the advance payments, that's just the first upfront payment. That's what they require, and that's normally how they do leasing. Upfront charges are plates, taxes, documentation fee, any of the little title fees that are involved, acquisition fee, and that's $1198.07. Now, when you see the total cap reduction, that's here. That's in bold, the 1231. What that is all that is the difference from your down payment. So you get your down payment and you minus the fees, the first month's payment, and that's what you have left that goes towards the payments of the vehicle to help reduce the payments. So it's nothing that you're paying. The only fees that you're paying is roughly that $1,700, and then 36 months, 10,000 miles a year. You also asked what the rate on the lease is. So leases don't use a rate, they use a money factor, and that's 0.00195. Roughly, that does translate to roughly about a 4.68%. So just to give you a little idea there. Now, this is based off of the current lease. So, for example, say if for some reason the Jeep gets here in about 2 months, a month and a half, they've been doing very, very quickly on getting the orders put up. But if for some reason 2 months from now the Jeep is ordered and it arrives and they have a leasing special on it that's better than these numbers, you are obligated to get whatever better offer at the time of delivery. So these numbers are preliminary, an idea estimate. We're not going to know for sure what everything's going to be. Now, your other question was the cost of the lease and the cost versus finance. Okay? So when you lease a vehicle, generally it's a lot different from financing. However, is leasing a vehicle the cheapest option in the long run? No, because if you finance it up front, you're generally going to pay a little bit of a lower cost. Now, when you lease a vehicle, the payments are less because you're only technically making payments on half of the vehicle. Now, a lot of high-end luxury cars lease very well, but they depreciate very much. So it's kind of hard to compare this to one of those leases, for example. But on the Wrangler here, when you go with the lease route, okay, the residual amount is $33,000.99. Okay, now the amount of payments that you're making is about $20,000. Okay, and plus you got to remember that if you 3 years down the road, if you are gonna take that to your bank and finance that, you're gonna have to pay tax, title, license of that amount plus the registration fees. When you financing fully out the door is right around 58, not 58, with $3,000 down, the discounted price that I'm giving you, you're financing around $49,228. But the thing you don't realize is you'd have to calculate the interest charges of what the finance bill is going to be. So there's one of two things. If you plan on buying this vehicle, probably at the end of the lease, I would recommend just financing it. Okay, unless you're not sure if you do want that obligation, meaning in 3 years you can decide to keep it, trade it in, or give it back. Now, when it comes for leasing, if you want the best payment, then that might be the best way to go. Okay, but that's kind of the situation there. I would love to help you out. Please feel free to give me a call at any time, and I look forward to working with you. Okay, Bob, thanks again. I'll talk to you soon.